Okay, so beginning our day. So I've spent the last 10 days reflecting on the body and feeling. The impulse towards maybe there's just like those basic impulses that we have is that we experience pleasant feeling, but if we don't use mindfulness and wisdom, then it leads to desire and craving. We experience unpleasant feeling, and similarly, without mindfulness or wisdom, then it leads to aversion. Neutral feeling leads to confusion, delusion, and so that sense of the necessity of bringing mindfulness and discernment, reflection, investigation to that realm of feeling. And of course, having a body, then you're going to experience feeling. You have a mind, you're going to experience feeling. That's the karmic result of having a body is that you feel. But we spend our whole life sort of either running away from or chasing after something to get out of what we're experiencing, trying to get to something that we're desiring. So it's just being able to be alert and attentive and that always using the lens of the Four Noble Truths on an experiential level. This is so important to incorporate into your practice and training. Is the coming back and grounding your life in a reflection from the perspective of the Four Noble Truths. And this is dukkha. This is the cause of dukkha. This is the cessation of dukkha. This is the path leading out of dukkha. And so that being able to reflect on feeling from a perspective of the Noble Truths. And of course there's a difference between like dukkha vedana and dukkha as one of the Noble Truths, or as a foundation of a Noble Truth. It's the dukkha vedana is a fairly simple component of experience. Of course, dukkha as a Noble Truth or as an experience is a lot more nuanced and a lot more worthy of reflection, investigation. But again, a sense of just not being locked into the conditioned responses that we have, or conditioned reactions that we have, comes to mind as years ago, Jack Cornfield took a whole group of Western, mostly teachers, but also senior sort of students who were practitioners of Buddhism and early teachers of Buddhism in America, and took them to Wat Pah Pong. And but then one of the things they also did was of course they're passing through Bangkok, and they stopped at Wat Pah Wan, which is a very important monastery in Thailand. And at that time, I don't think he was a Sangharaja yet. He wasn't the Supreme Patriarch yet. Somdet Yang Sangwan, he was very, very highly regarded monk who ended up being a Supreme Patriarch, and he was also a great scholar, great practitioner, great human being. And he had before he got so many duties piled onto him that he couldn't do them anymore. He used to do lead a meditation and Dhamma talk below his kuti in English, and he anyway. So Jack took this group, and one of the members of the group was Ram Dass, and Ram Dass he has much more of a background in the Hindu traditions, and much more of like a faith orientation, bhakti orientation. He has appreciation for the Buddhist path, but his path is much more faith oriented. And but anyway, there's a smallish group of people, and it probably wouldn't be a much bigger space than that is here, and various. There's probably about 10 people in the group, and most of the people are sitting in chairs, sort of a bit back. And Ram Dass he plunked himself right in front of the Somdet, and he was Somdet. I mean, he's a very quiet, but a very noble being, very, and it's quite tangible, really. You'd have to be really thick to not think this is a really special being. And but anyway, Ram Dass was just kind of amazed, and Somdet would be teaching and giving some instruction, and he'd say something, and Ram Dass would just go into rapture and sort of sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And then sort of Somdet just quietly carry on, and he's very understated sort of personality, and then Ram Dass, sadhu, sadhu. It's going into rapture, just this maze of this being. Finally, after a while, Somdet just sort of looked at him and he said, "Even sukha is dukkha." That sense of because that's everybody wants to bite into that sukha, and but no, it's just, if you see it from the Four Noble Truths, then it really shifts you. It doesn't mean you don't experience it, but you don't get lost in it. And the same with dukkha vedana. Dukkha is dukkha. It's not dukkha vedana is a noble truth of dukkha. It's just, it has something to teach you.